Thank you for being with me. And I'm just going to have you say hello. For those of you who love the Finches, we'll just turn this for a minute. Yeah. And see if we can get these little sweethearts on the camera. They're up on their perch, little swing. Yeah, hi, Mashuki and Umi. Hi. He comes over when I call his name now. So we've got like 58 degrees here in Vermont and rainy. So kind of that's why their window is not open yet. It's dark out, so I have a nice light on for them. But today I found a couple of really interesting articles, and if for those of you who are interested, there's a Halloween event in Newport, so I'm going to show you that too. But then I'm going to do a video on just general Halloween events through Vermont. So we'll do that one later today. If you're traveling through Vermont or if you live in Vermont, you may want to get out there and see what's going on. So I'm just going to put this on for a minute while I get the article up here for you. So yeah, so this is the first event I found, or a couple of events here. Let's see. And I'll put the camera on it so you can see. Okay, so you can read it too. So, and this one I'm just going to stop. So the first one is in Newport, the Pumpkin Palooza and Spooky Scavenger Hunt. So it sounds like a family event, and it's Saturday, October 25th. So they have a pumpkin drop-off. If you have a pumpkin, they're having a little contest. Drop off your created jack-o'-lantern, and at the parklet on Main Street between 1 and 2. Okay, so trick-or-treating, participate in the trick-or-treating at the event. So that's October 25th. And they're going to have a costume procession. It sounds like a lot of fun. And for judging, so if you're really into costumes, you make them or you love putting them together. Okay, and then a spooky scavenger hunt. So now what I'm going to do is actually visit this place pretty soon this week. This is another event. This is the Haunted Woods at Prouty Beach Campground. Oh, so it's a campground. Maybe I won't go if it's occupied, you know. So a spooky trail where people have gone. Ooh, that's not very funny, is it? Let's just check this out. A spooky trail where people have gone missing, encouraging visitors to figure out the mystery. The dates are October 24th and 25th. Oh, it sounds like they're just like creating a mystery. Where the gates open at 7 o'clock at night at the trail group. And the last trail group is at 9:30 at night. So that's pretty late. Admission is $5 per person and $15 per carload. So the notes, suggested ages are 10 years old up. So it's not a suitable event for the little ones. Other information, you get a free pumpkin. Oh, free pumpkin for the contest. You must pick one up at the Gardner Park October 18th between 10 and noon. And pumpkin display, your completed jack-o'-lanterns will be displayed at the municipal building. So for those of you familiar with Vermont, that sounds like, with Newport, Vermont, it sounds like a lot of fun. So let me just switch this for a minute. So what I want to do is visit. We've there are a few more cemeteries I want to stop at, and I'm going to in this next week. And they're small, they're old, and but I also am looking for some haunted buildings. I think that would be a lot of fun for here in Vermont. A lot of people already know about the haunted buildings over at UVM, and so down near in Burlington area. So that everybody goes to that one. So many people have been to that one. Um, I'm not convinced it's really like haunted. I mean, there probably is something going on, but I don't think it's a really like active, ongoing haunting. Let's put it that way. I have more things happen in this little apartment because this place that I'm in is very old. This has got to be almost 200 years old. I think it's 150 at least, this building. And things happen in here. Actually, I caught some, I didn't catch it, but about a week ago, it was caught on my camcorder. On my camcorder, I have all night on. So what I have on the inside of the house is, just because I wanted to bring it in from the elements, is a chime. It was gifted to me and it has a little dragonfly on it. It's on the inside. It's not in a window. It's not in a door. Hi, Christina. Hi. Thanks for being with me. But it is on the inside, so there's absolutely no way air or anything got to it. But it was as though it was smashed into. And I very quickly came out. So guess what? The camcorder got three captures of this occurring, and there's nobody there. There's a nothing there. So what I thought might happen is the chipmunk maybe had gotten in or something like that. There's absolutely nothing there. So anyway, oh, that's okay, Christina. This is just, people will, people will come. I just start talking and then people can check out the recorder later. I have a really, really cool article to share with you on birds in about a second. But so the hauntings here in Vermont really are prevalent because there's so many old houses. Now, the one place I thought might be haunted is the Haskell Library and Opera House, the place right on the border of Canada and Vermont, because it's about 130 years old, I guess, 125. So I thought for sure that would be haunted. Well, hello there. They're talking. So what I'm going to do, wait till you check this out. So the few things I want to talk about, I want to show you, before we even get into the article, okay, I mean, in the article, I'm just going to highlight because it's super interesting. But check this out. I'm going to turn this around. Wait till you see this. Okay, this is a put it up. What they call a geo cage. Now I'm getting a larger cage for the finches. Hang on, I'll bring it up so you can see it. You've got here it is. Check that out. So it's called a geocage. So let's read about this. I plan to get in time after my finches get a little settled. I want to get them a pair of parakeets to keep them company. Also, so, but look, geocage is for parakeets, finches, and canaries. Oh, it is for finches and canaries. Okay. Anyway, it's a revolutionary new geocage. Oh, it's from Omelette. Okay, so I didn't read this all the way through. Omelette is the site right now that we are at. Okay. Now, I am being gifted with a brand new cage for my finches, and I'm so excited. It's not here yet. I guess it will be here soon. But a family member is gifting me with it. But this cage is also pretty interesting. So it's a contemporary design that redefines what a pet bird's habitat can and should be. The geodesic dome forms a light, safe, and spacious area for the birds, creating the perfect environment to reveal their natural beauty. Rigorous design and testing have refined the geocage into a final form that has nothing excessive but leaves nothing out. The central feeder, I want to take a look at this in detail, but the central feeder is a delight for you and your parakeets. A remarkable piece of engineering. It intelligently catches any dropped husks or seeds in a bowl, making it the cleanest cage of its kind. Okay, that's interesting. Let's check this out. Available in choice of teal, cream-based colors. Okay, so let's look. I guess it's $199. You see up here in the corner right here. It's $199. And if you hear something in the background, I think they're working still. They've had to, as I told you, this house is quite old, so they've had to put on partly a new roof. Look at this. Look at this cage, guys. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you because I never saw anything like it. So it has detail here. Revolutionary. I think we just read that. Secure. Let's read a little bit. Oh, it just does go down so be fascinated by the geometric bird design. So we'll just highlight it. Look at this though. Right here. You see that? So it's a unique shape and it offers flight space. It's suitable for small birds, including parakeets, finches, and canaries. The only reason I don't have a canary is I've been told repeatedly how very, very, very sensitive they are. I have to do more research on that. As you know, the canaries were the birds that were brought into the coal mines. And if they didn't survive, it meant that there were toxic gases. So this says timeless design, complements an interior, no spill feeder, and the drinker keeps the cage clean. That is really interesting. Let me see if we can see where you can't really see where the water is in there, but it's a no spill feeder. Customizable with a choice of a base and mesh colors as well as beautifully designed. There's 2 perches. Now this is not an advertisement, guys. This is just because I was going through the site for information on finches and I came across this bird cage and I'm like, I never saw anything like this. 2 perches, feeder, drinker included as standard. Beautifully designed constellation night cover. Oh, so they show you right here, look. So it comes with the water, non-spill and non-spill feeder also. And they go into detail on that. Oh, there's a little bit more of, here, they're showing you right here. Interesting. So it goes right instead of the bottom of the cage. You see what they're showing you? It goes into another, like a little container that catches it. Is that interesting? More spacious than other bird cages. So you get 44% more space, they're saying, and many traditional cages are shallow, front to back. Well, I do know with finches, they need the side to side, okay? They need to be able to fly the side to side. But this says this accommodates a finch, what the finches need. So many traditional cages are, yeah, okay. So giving the birds only one direction to fly. So in contrast, the geo shape has such limiting dimension, which means your birds can exercise in any direction. So that is truly very interesting. The geo bird cage is comfortably large enough for 2 birds. So that's really cool because I do think the having the 2 birds makes a big difference. Because I notice with these birds, if there's like right now there's some outside noise or something's going on out there, and what happens is these birds will comfort each other. So that's a really good. Low maintenance and easy design. So we all know how difficult it is to clean the cages. I don't know about you, but I do find myself lifting up 3 different parts of the cage to clean and make sure all the seeds and any water accumulation is out. Because guess what? Also, I found out with the birds, the other thing you need to be really careful about is the what do I want to call? I don't want to know if this is the right name, or let me just say toxins built up from their waste. So I was reading, some people let these birds go 2 and 3 days at a time before they clean the cage. That's way too long. I am seriously cleaning this cage 2 times a day. And there's 2 birds in there, right? But the thing is, I read that the toxin buildups in these cages will actually endanger the life of the bird. Like you can suddenly just not find them. Because these birds are sensitive to smell. Like if you have it, like for anything, you got to think about it. If there's a campfire nearby, if there's people, smoking nearby, if there's some kind of fumes, you want to make sure the windows are shut and have an air purifier in the house. They don't cost much. They don't take up much electricity at all. But so you want to have those. There is definitely a lot to consider, but that's the love of taking care of pets, is that you're able to give them that love and care and consideration, and it allows you to be mindful of what you're doing. So we'll put this back here. So when it's time to clean, you can simply detach the whole cage from the base using 5 clips, which conveniently stay in the open position on the cage. You can use paper liners, sand, or both in the base of the geo. So you can use paper liners, sand. So yeah, my neighbor was telling me she uses kitty litter, and she says try it out because it takes up the odor, I guess, too. So I hadn't thought about that, and since she told me, I was thinking, okay, maybe it's something I could try. So it says here sand. So there could be, I would not think, but I don't know. So it's something I'm going to research. Is the kitty litter, does the kitty litter have something in it that maybe the finches but shouldn't have? But she has a parrot, and I believe if it's safe for the parrot, it's probably safe for these guys. So, but anyway, something to check out. And then it says paper liners or both for the base of the geo. The base is made of hard wearing, wipe clean plastic. And the geocage comes with complimentary 10-pack paper liners. I'm going to be honest, I have found it difficult to find. It's okay, guys. Oh, the noise stopped. See, let me show you. It was a neighbor doing something. Look, they go quiet because it scares them when they hear foreign noises. And that's the life of an apartment. You see the little ones sitting on our house? It's okay, Umi and Mashuki. Now, when they're comfortable, they are going about their cage, they're eating, they're moving things, they're playing, and they're talking. And that noise was just right outside the porch. So let me see if I can show you something. See if we can get them comfortable for a minute. I'm gonna get the paper towels. Now it's only one tiny, but watch how they love this. This might help them calm down. They're nervous right now. As you get to know your birds, it's okay, guys. It's okay, sweethearts. You can talk to them every time you go to the cage. So I'm just gonna give you some of your little papers for your little house there. Yeah. Here you go, angels. Yeah, that scared you, huh? Someone working out there. Oh, I'm glad that noise stopped because it kind of goes right through me. You gotta figure if it's going through you and affecting your ears and you can hear it. They are so little. See how they're picking up the, yeah. You like your little papers, Umi, huh? It's Umi. Yes, sweetheart, it's okay. So this is what I love about being able to have them is now they're talking, you see, now they're calming down. Now, if that continues all day long, or again, I will be moving them in another room. And I'm, yes, little Mashuki, he's looking at me talking. Yeah, he says, what are you saying? And see, now that calms her down. But the thing is, their environment is your environment is their environment. And it really makes you reflect, how much quiet are we getting? I am noticing noise constantly around me. Now, a lot of this noise, you don't notice it after a while because it's not the kind of noise that's going to bother you. But that kind of noise that was just out there, the work noise or construction noise, that is the kind of noise you want to take your birds and move them in another room if it's going to be all day long. So anyway, with that, see how they're playing? So that's a very simple thing that they can play with, and it really calms them down. Okay, little sweethearts, there you go. So anyway, I wanted to share this with you. And this is not, again, it's not an advertisement, but it's called the Geo Cage. Now, I am very happy with the cage that is coming to me. I'm being gifted with. Now, this one is in gold, black, or white, or black mesh. Okay. And there you go. It's got a little stand. And so that's at omelet.com. I really like this site. I love the information they give on the finches. That's why I keep coming back to it. Look, rabbits, they have about rabbits. When I have my own place, I'm gonna get a rabbit, one of the Angoras, and I'll be spinning their fur. They have these, I'll show you actually, there's someone in Vermont who raises these rabbits. We're going to take a visit to his place. I'm going to be I have his number. I'm going to give him a call. I'll take you with me when we go, see if he lets us talk, share the rabbits. So, okay, we went over the Halloween event. Later today, I'll be doing a video on more Halloween events across Vermont. So we went over the cage. We'll get rid of that. Now, yeah, I want to go over molting with the finches in a few minutes. But first, I want to share this article that just is amazing. Check this out. This is by Popular Science. If you haven't heard of this site, you've got to check it out. Popular, they call it PopSci, POPSCI.com. Check it out, people. If you love anything interesting, this article is about a weird prehistoric bird that had a weaponized beak with teeth, if you can believe it. Do you see the teeth here? So I hadn't ever really thought of a bird with teeth. Check this out. So I already read the article, so I'm not going to go through it and make you listen to every single word. I read it. But this was a discovery of a bird, some roughly 120 million year-old seeds that they found in the bird. So the fossil, you know. They also found a fish in this particular bird. But paleontologists found that the seeds were fossilized stomachs of early bird species, despite the long-standing hypothesis that these species only ate fish. So the remains, now they show you the remains. I could not work heads or tails out of it, so let's see if you can figure it out. But the remains belong to a now extinct called Longiterex K. Young genesis. It was a small but long-beaked, strong-toothed avian that lived about 120 million years ago in northeast China. Yeah, now they're singing and they're happy. Okay, so let's just skip right down here because, I'll just read this, is interesting. The tooth enamel is the hardest substance in the body, and the Longipteryxis tooth enamel is about 50 microns thick. And so that's the same thickness of the enamel on enormous predatory dinosaurs. Okay, like the Allosaurus that weighed up to 4,000 pounds. Okay, so I wanted to just share that with you. But this is, for those of you interested in the fossils, I cannot work heads or tails out of this, but this is the fossil and of the bird. So I'm going to be honest, they're not giving us any notations on here, but I'm thinking if you follow the arrow right here, you see here, this to me, if you follow the arrow down to here, this to me looks like teeth. I could be completely wrong on that, but that's what that looks like. So anyway, that's the fossil, and that's the article I wanted to share. So that is at popsci.com, and that's the bird. Now there's another bird they just found in, I think I want to say Iowa, and it's a very rare bird that they found. So I'm going to see if we can find it. I'll find the article again right now, and then we'll share on the finches. Rare bird found. I want to say it was in Wichita. Oh, Kansas. Okay, maybe it was. February 20. No, that wasn't the article I saw. But this is interesting too. Kansas Rare Bird Photo Gallery. Oh, they give us all of them here. What I was reading was I think it was called here it is. This is it. This bird, this is the bird I saw in an article just yesterday. It's called the crested caracara, and it says August 2nd, 2011. Well, guess what? They just saw this bird the other day. So, and this is in Washington County, Kansas, but I believe it was in another state. So, but check this bird out. If you love birds and you're looking at it, it looks like a cross between like a turkey vulture almost. It's crested, and then part of the face is red, and then the rest of the beak is white. It's a good sized bird. So I can't find the article right now, but this is the bird that I saw. So I would love to go through this, that list of rare birds also on another video. We'll do that. But this today I wanted to share with you because I was looking it up. And for those of you who have finches, I was wondering, well, when on earth do they molt? Because this is interesting. This is really interesting. So, because some birds lose all their feathers at once, okay? But check this out. Molting tends to make finches restless and unsettled. It's probably uncomfortable for them. But during the molting season, birds' behavior will also change. Canaries, for example, they stop singing. So during the season, the diet is truly key. So I read all of this, but I'm going to come to the interesting part in a minute. But this is really important. I keep finding articles about the diet. If these birds don't have a really consistent good diet, they can get sick very quickly. So, but molting birds need much more protein than usual. One of the best ways to provide this is with egg food. Now, I have run across this a few times. I don't know if you have, but there is something called egg food. And so we're gonna look at that in a minute. And look, it says, oh, here, egg food in the finch food section of this guide. We're gonna look at that in a moment. Some species will enjoy small amounts of cooked meat. That's interesting. You never would have thought that. And fatty seeds such as flax, hemp, millet, they love millet. And also keep the new feathers in good condition as they grow. Hemp in particular acts as a sort of superfood. So it provides the perfect balance of omega-3 and 6 fatty acids and lots of minerals and plenty of protein. So that's really interesting because these birds that I have right now, these finches, they love millet. So this is also saying flax and hemp. So I'm going to make a note of that. So flax and hemp. Now they're not molting yet, but this is something you want to make sure you have in their diet. Okay, so here we go. During the molt, birds will also be susceptible to the cold, so they will need more rest than usual, up to 12 hours, which means you'll need to use a cage cover to stimulate a long, comfy night. So my birds already, these little guys right here, I'm going to put this on them for a little bit because now they're playing. These little guys will sleep 12 hours right now, 12. They will actively get up on their perch and want to rest, period. That's it. By 6:20, that's it for them. They're done and they're tired. So I find a quiet place for them. It's usually the same place, and because the building, at that point, no one's working outside and it's nice and quiet. So, but during the molting season, yes, they need 12 hours of sleep. So molting birds also carry out more preening. So each new pin feather has a sheath on its tip, and the finch will need to remove this to allow the feather to grow. You gotta figure, molting has to be uncomfortable for these guys. Can you imagine? So when do the canaries molt? So if you have a canary, they molt once a year, and it's usually during the summer. The entire process can take between, oh my gosh, can you believe this? 6 to 12 weeks. That's a long time. That's a long time, guys. 6 to 12 weeks. And if your bird is molting for longer than this and dropping feathers all year or develops bald patches, then there must be some underlying environmental or maybe a health issue. So look at them playing with their little paper. That's why I have to clean them 2 times a day, because I have to take the little paper towels out of their water, give them clean water, and take it out of their food and give them clean food. So zebra finch molting. So this is interesting. Zebra finches do not have an annual molt. This is also the case of a lot of other pet finch species, with exceptions of a few, like the Gouldian finch. So this doesn't mean that they don't replace their feathers, they just do it gradually all year. So this is why I was reading the article, is I was really interested in when can I expect this molting. And it sounds like, so anyway, it says it sounds like it's going to be gradual. So this being said, these finches can still lose more feathers at one time. This is usually a sign of illness or a lack of protein. So this is the key takeaway, guys. Diet, the protein. So they need protein. So if you notice anything like their energy levels going down, or there are a lot of feathers being shed, so you want to pay attention. Okay, so that was the main thing that I wanted to share with you this morning. And I just really want to thank you for being with me today. And so yeah, check out those sites that I wanted to shared with you today. The PopSci, POPSCI.com. Very interesting articles. And we're going to be going to Cornell, and I have something that I am designing pretty much for myself, but I can also share it with you on taking notes on different bird species. So if you are a birder, we can, I'll be sharing that with you. The other thing I'm going to share, I was doing some research on, is the sites where they are saying that birders go, the different trails. Now, I just want to say, we have got so many birds in Vermont that if you feed these birds in your backyard, they will come. It may take a little bit for them to figure out where the food is, but they will come. And the one food that all the birds seem to love is the black oil sunflower seed. So anyway, with that, I wanted to just jump on here and share with you today. And I'll be back on later to share with you the different things, different Halloween events going on in Vermont. And with that, you have an absolutely beautiful day. Love and light.